Welcome to a Thursday Night Live, y'all. MJM Media, Let's Talk Podcast, One World Many Cultures Clothing. Little small talk on a Thursday night. And see how you good people feeling out here. You know, doing it the way that we do. So I'm going to give it a minute here. Let y'all good people tap in. And let's talk about what's going on in the world today, you know. It was a nice, beautiful day in the South. Everything was lovely out here, so yeah, it was a good deal. It was a good day. It was a good day out here. So how y'all feeling, man? Welcome. You know, doing our thing out here. Definitely getting better and better with it. Got some interviews working up, you know, getting these cameras in play, you know, checking the angles, checking the sides, you know, different ways to view it. So, you know, the content is going to get better and better as we go. Trust and believe that. All right. So with your support and your motivation, you know, you kept me going. It's almost 2 years. In July, it'll be 2 years. You can see the slow progress. So, you know, I got a couple of good interviews lined up, and we're going to make it do what it do, you know. So, yeah, with that all being said, you know, here we are. How's the quality? How's the sound, man? Y'all talk to me. Get at me, man. How's it looking out there in the world? How's it looking out there in the world, you know? Yeah, my lighting good? My sound good? You know? I just got to, you know, stay with it, though. But I just wanted to tap in with you good people, you know, see how y'all feeling on this Thursday, you know? And make sure everything's good over here. Looks good. Let's see. Okay. All right. Don't know if we're doing... Well, we'll see. I think I'm streaming on 3 platforms. I'm going to check it. But anyway, good people, man. How y'all feeling out there? How y'all feeling? Hope it's good. Like I said, if not, we'll see. We'll just have to do it all over again. So, you know, that's where we at with it. So, yeah. Again, like I said, I hope everything sounds and, you know, looks good and, you know, it's in the right positions and, and you know, I'm going to play with it some more until I get it right, locked in. So, you know, just bear with me, all right? Having fun. Yeah, I had some good conversations with some positive brothers today on the Black History tip and the state of the nation and a lot of things, you know, just worldly talk, man. And everybody comes up with the same consensus, you know. We have to get to these youth and explain to them their true history, their true nature, and get them deprogrammed from this wild YN mentality that's been running rampant, you know. And we need to get together and make a movement with that, you know, from the churches to the community leaders to, you know, even the OG gangsters, you know. Let them know, man, you know, what y'all been through. Tell them how the system is rigged, you know. Rebuild the nation, you know. You got to start with the little ones, man. You got to start with the little ones. And, you know, let them know what's going on, you know. So, yeah. It's weird, but it is what it is. We're going to make it do what it do while we can. So, you know, if you're in this, you know, if you believe in that, hit the like, comment, you know, share. Let me know your thoughts on that, you know. Like I said, this is a Thursday night, small talk, you know, nothing major. We just, you know, chopping it up. And I'm playing with the camera angles and just seeing, you know, how to work this shit, you know, new to the game and just, you know, trying to find my way out here in these digital streets. So stay with me if you can. Yeah, having fun with it. Thursday night action, man. Thursday night action. So, it's almost the end of the week. My birthday coming up next week, the 23rd, Pisces. Stand up, stand up. Yeah. Salute to all the Pisces coming up. It's our time. Our time is coming. Our time is coming. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, yeah. We're doing what we need to do. Oh, man. Seems like I'm having an issue here. And I'm not sure what it is. So, let me minimize this. Go this way. I see a red light blinking up there. Hope all my... Oh, this is weird. Excuse me, folks. I'm sorry. I can't help, like I said, trying to intertwine all this stuff and get everything synced and working together. It's a little technical. I ain't a tech guy, I'm just a creator. I ain't a tech guy. So, yeah, I got to bear with me on this, so I can afford to hire some real people to, help behind the scenes and run shit. It's hard to run the show, produce the show, edit the show. It's, it's a one-man band here, so I'm giving you the best I can give you. So, yeah. It's all fun and games, but I appreciate the ones who stuck with me and really supporting behind the scenes, man. Much love and respect to you. And like I said, I'm going to get this product out soon, working on some content, some long form content on, scripture and positive motivation and uplifting of the community. So if that resonates with anybody, man, y'all need to get on the team, support and help do this, man. If y'all got any facts, if you want to indulge in conversation about how to rebuild the black community, spiritually, mentally, and physically, get at me, That's where I'm at with it. Yeah. So definitely, So stand by for that. Like I said, I got a brother that's going to be speaking on some, well-known and some unknown Black history facts, and how the Black people were depicted in the original writings of the Bible. Not the edited, colonized version, and reclaim your power. So that's what it's about, man. From 2026 and forward, to infinity and beyond. That's where we at. So yeah. So we watching a republic, a whole nation be, dismantled piece by piece. Like every great empire has to fall at some point. So it is what it is. That's just a cycle. And as always, it will rebuild. Something better will take its place. Hopefully, not nothing worse. But usually, you got to go through the good and the bad. It's balance. It's balance. You got to have balance in the world. Believe that. That's what it's going to take, And it's going to take all of us coming together. All of us, Everyone, Stop the division. Stop the hate, It's too late in the day for all that, We've been dealing with that for how long? Come on, y'all. But yeah, here we are though. But like I said, I'm working, I'm grinding, It's slow but sure. A hustler got to keep doing what he do. And life be lifing, baby. Life definitely be lifing out here. So yeah. We gonna make it happen, man. Hit them likes, comment, subscribe, share, send them stars. However you can support the brother, support the movement, Let us know, Love to hear from you all. So yeah. We definitely need to work together, network, and, make some things happen out here in the world. You see all the things going on everywhere. The world is very unstable. It's a dangerous time. Prophetic times, but nonetheless dangerous. But it was written, so it will come to pass. So, hey, it's a beautiful time and it's a great time. The best of days and the worst of days, or the best of times and the worst of times, as the old writer said. I forget his name. But yeah, that's what we living in, y'all. So, yeah. I don't know. I ain't watching for no comments and shit, no viewers. I don't know if I have any or not, but hey, you got to start somewhere. I don't even know if I'm streaming for real because from my software, I can't tell anything, and I'm not getting a good read on my social media pages. I don't know. Is there a network outage, or is it just my system glitching? Is it just me? Is it just me? Okay, so yeah, we doing it the best way we can. Like I said, is there a network outage, or is it just my system? Yeah, so yeah, okay. I see I'm streaming on just me, YouTube. So is it just me? Okay, YouTube is up. I don't know about Facebook. I'll check that later because it seemed like Facebook was stuck. And Instagram the same. That's Meta, so they might be having technical difficulties out there. But anyway, like I said, everybody in YouTube land, if you watch and listen to my inspirational shorts, and I'm gonna start doing long form live content based on the shorts, and I hope y'all support that and engage with me, and maybe come on and we can talk about the scripture and the word of the Bible and the true facts of it, and breaking it down to bring some cohesion into the world. It could be a beautiful time if we all work together, and that's what we need to do. Come together, stop the hate, stop the separation. They can only conquer you when they separate you. There's strength in unity. It takes the village to raise. So yeah, so definitely, let's get at it, America. Let's change the world, man. Let's change the world and bring a golden age of peace and prosperity. Let's feed the hungry. Let's house the homeless. These oligarchs, these billion trillionaires have more than enough money to take care of all the issues in the world and still have generational wealth. So what's stopping them? Why would you hoard it and control and keep the people down like that? It doesn't make sense to me. It never did. I never understood that mentality. Maybe I'm just naive. I don't know. But here we are. This is the world we live in. And it's always been like that. The rich control, the poor suffer. But it shouldn't be like that. But it is what it is. Yeah. It's all good. But yeah, spread love, y'all. Decrease the violence and increase the peace, all right? Let's work together towards that. You with me, man? Hit them likes, shares, comments, subscribe. Every little bit helps, Let the algorithm know there's some positive beings in the world, And we trying to make some moves to change this, My generation, we old, We only got a little time left out here, so we got to try to make the best of it. We fucked up a lot of shit too, so every generation had their fuck ups. So it is what it is. But at some point, you got to try to correct that. And like I said, that's what I'm about. Nothing but positivity and building. Henceforth, so whatever it is, in the past, hey, you live and you learn. Sometimes you got to get your ass busted, before you realize, hey, don't stick your head in the fire sometimes, And I danced in the fire too many times. So now it's time to, bask in the light, embrace the love, peace the universe, what we were meant here to be, you know? We were given Eden, and we gave it away, you know? So we have to rebuild that, you know? And it starts here first. And having conversations like this that nobody wants to talk about. So I'm going to try to build that platform that we can talk about it and really show the true nature of what's going on in this world. And hopefully, you know, we can make small changes one at a time, one step at a time. That's what it takes. You know, that's where I'm at with it, y'all. And I hope, you know, some of y'all can understand that philosophy or that, you know, my thoughts anyway on this Thursday. Like I said, this is a Thursday night small talk, man. So you're going to start seeing more and more, you know, stuff from me as I build it, you know. Like I said, you know, I'm going to give you more. I still have to play with the settings a little bit, you know, and really deep into the software. So yeah. Anyway, that's where we are. So yeah, it's beautiful, man. It's slow, but it's sure. We gonna make it. We definitely gonna make it, you know. You know, we keep the faith, we pray, you know. We keep trying to do our best, you know, even though it seems like every day somebody's throwing something to stop you. But you know what that means? You're getting close to your goals, man. Just don't give up. Keep pushing. You got to push through all that shit, you know. Because I know it's, man, in and out of the hospital, all the shit I had to deal with since doing this, I wanted to give up, you know. But something in me, you know, that light, that spark, you know, keep doing it. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So that's why I'm here, you know, and I'm going to keep doing it. No matter how long it takes, you know. So for YouTube, you know, I'm pushing to be monetized. You know, y'all can help me get the watch hours up. You know, go to my channel, subscribe. You know, use some of that positive juice I'll be putting out with them shorts. You know, inspirational, spiritual shorts, motivational. You know, political too. You know, it's a political world, so you got to deal with it. You got to deal with it all. You know, we're physical, so we got to deal with everything that this physical world throws at us, plus the spiritual warfare. You know, so. It's weird, you know. You got to fight on multiple fronts out here, and so need to mentally prepare and change the programming of our youth out here. You know, that's the only way, man. You know, got to do it like that. So looks like I lost the cam. Yeah, I think my battery died. But yeah, people, look. It's a Thursday night small talk, you know, from Let's Talk Podcast. One World, Many Cultures Clothing, MJM Media. Bidding you peace and blessings on this Thursday night. I'm going to go back and check these feeds and see how things came out. But, you know, keep the faith, man. Stay strong, stay safe, and always remember a hustler's dream is a hater's nightmare. Peace and blessings to all. Good night. And I'm going to come at you with a Friday Night Live. I'm probably going to chop up some edits and some small shit here. And I'll post some shorts. And, you might see some more stuff, man. So, you know. With that, I'm going to leave y'all with it, all right? Enjoy your evenings. Peace.